Welcome to New York Views. I'm Roz Abrams. New York, it's home to Broadway, Lincoln Center. It's the dance capital of the world. But lately, dancers have been kicking up their heels in frustration because the studios where ballets are written and rehearsed are closing. They're being forced out of Manhattan by real estate developers and landlords. In the last several years, 45 studios have disappeared, replaced by luxury apartments and high-rise offices.
Dance is the #1 export of New York. And to the degree that we don't support the foundation of dance, which is to provide the space for the teachers to teach, we are losing. We're losing that huge economic factor, if you want to even just look at it that way, to say nothing of the cultural loss that...
Well-known hoofers Mary Tyler Moore and Liliane Montevecchi are among those supporting the studios. In April, they took their fight to City Hall. The dancers say that because the entertainment industry pumps more than $5 billion a year into the city's economy, their problem is the city's problem. The famous and the not-so-famous had a message for the mayor.
We give such joy to the public and everybody. We should be protected and loved. It is terrible what happened, I think.
When I began rehearsals on my show, Sweet Sue, we had no space available. All of the rehearsal studios had been torn down, and the few that were left were already booked. And so it was lucky for us that a precedent was set and we were allowed to rehearse on stage, which was a lovely luxury. But not everybody is going to be given that opportunity, and I wonder what's going to happen.
You can look around you and see all the buildings being demolished in the area and built up as co-ops and condominiums, and we're losing sight of many important things that we need, especially in the Lincoln Center area.
I would like the city to make laws protecting the people in the arts and other small businesses. It's not only exclusive to the arts. Protect them because they don't have a choice and they don't have any strength in a competitive market.
This is the Darvash Ballet Studio, a place where serious students come to learn ballet from a master. Many of Madame Darvash's students are professionals. They have appeared on stages from Lincoln Center to Paris. Since 1977, the Darvash has called this building on Broadway at 60th Street home. But when her current lease expires, Madame Darvash may be forced to lock the doors of her studio forever.
People go to Paris to see Mona Lisa, and they come here to see Broadway, and you have to train dancers, and dancers don't have time to go hours to somewhere to take a class. Plus art, as it is, it's not paid well, so they have to be as close as possible. We can't afford high rent either. And if the buildings will come down, then dance training in New York will just suffer.
There are dozens of studios like Madame Darvash's on Manhattan's West Side, where more than 15,000 people study jazz, modern dance, and ballet every week. Most are located below 96th Street near the theater district, and many are facing the same fate as Madame Darvash's school.
It's a disaster. I already found Madame Darvash because I was chased out of another building when I was with Richard Thomas, New York School of Ballet. I had to find a new home.
This building used to house the New York School of Ballet. Today it's been converted into model rooms for condominiums. The dance troupe disbanded. In an attempt to save the remaining studios, Marion Horosco founded the Dance Coalition.
The ballet companies, musical theater, jazz, tap, flamenco, ballroom, these dances require space. Horizontal space, and I can't imagine anything more expensive in mid-Manhattan today than that space. But we stand to lose an entire profession by the loss of space.
At the rally, State Assemblyman Jerry Nadler said he'd like to see Mayor Koch and Governor Cuomo come to the rescue of the dancers.
Their hands, by the way, are not tied. The hands of city and state government are not tied except by their own imagination and willingness to spend or forego money. City government can grant tax abatements, city government can make direct appropriations, and does so all the time for various different purposes. We're urging that zoning changes be instituted in New York to have a special art zone.
You know that studios have to be on Broadway or close to Broadway. So that's understood for everybody, that Wall Street is for stock exchange. Why don't they understand in this country what is theater for?
The city insists it's willing to work with the dancers, But
we cannot support every group that comes to us, whether it's profit or not-for-profit, and not only find them space, but pay for that space. That's not possible.
the dancers hope to find one building, buy it, and turn it into a dance center. This space, a short walk from Lincoln Center, is ideal. But at a cost of $7 million, the price is not right. There are developers who would like to help the artists, but even they see no simple solution to the dancers' dilemma.
The cost of land and the cost of construction makes it particularly difficult to be able to do something to be supportive of them, and yet we'd like to. I think what probably would have to happen would be a combination of an incentive and a subsidy of some nature for dance rehearsal space to go into new construction.
So in the shadow of skyscrapers,